We build up feelings of insecurity or security by how we think. If in our thoughts we constantly fix attention upon sinister expectations of dire events that might happen, the result will be constantly to feel insecure. And what is even more serious is the tendency to create, by the power of thought, the very condition we fear. Lack of self-confidence apparently is one of the great problems besetting people today. In a university, a survey was made of 600 students in psychology courses. The students were asked to state their most difficult personal problem. 75% listed lack of confidence. It can safely be assumed that the same large proportion is true of the population generally. Everywhere you encounter people who are inwardly afraid, who shrink from life, who suffer from a deep sense of insecurity. Deep within themselves, they mistrust their ability to meet responsibilities or to grasp opportunities. Always they are beset by the vague fear that something is not going to be quite right. They do not believe that they have it in them to be what they want to be. And so they try to make themselves content with something less than that of which they are capable. Thousands upon thousands go crawling through life on their hands and knees, defeated and afraid. And in most cases, such frustration of power is unnecessary. For example, a man 52 years of age consulted me. He was in great despondency. He revealed utter despair. He told me he was all through. He said that everything he'd built up over his lifetime had been swept away. Everything? I asked. Everything, he repeated. He was through, he reiterated. I have nothing left at all. Everything is gone. There is no hope. And I'm too old to start all over again. I've lost all faith. Naturally, I felt sympathetic toward him, but it was evident that his chief trouble was the fact that dark shadows of hopelessness had entered his mind and discolored his outlook, distorting it. Behind this twisted thinking, his true powers had retreated, leaving him without force. So I said, suppose we take a piece of paper and write down the values you have left. There's no use, he sighed. I haven't a single thing left. I thought I told you that. Well, I said, let's just see anyway. Then I asked him, is your wife still with you? Why, yes, of course, and she is wonderful. We've been married for 30 years. She would never leave me no matter how bad things are. All right, let's put that down. Your wife is still with you, and she will never leave you no matter what happens. Have you any children? Yes, he replied, I have 3, and they are certainly wonderful. I've been touched by the way they've come to me and said, Dad, we love you, and we'll stand by you. Well, then, I said, that's number 2. 3 children who love you and who will stand by you. Got any friends, I asked. Yes, he said, I really have some fine friends, and I must admit they've been pretty nice. They've come around and they've said they would like to help me, but they can't do anything. Well, that's number 3. You have some friends who would like to help you and who hold you in esteem. How about your integrity? Have you done anything wrong? My integrity's all right, he replied. I've always tried to do the right thing, and my conscience is clear. All right, I said, we will put that down as number 4, integrity. How about your health? My health is all right, he answered. I guess I'm in pretty good shape physically. So let's put that down as number 5, good physical health. How about the United States? Do you think it's still a land of opportunity? Oh, yes, he says, there's real opportunity here for everyone. Well, then that's number 6. You live in the United States, land of opportunity. Then I asked, how about your religious faith? Do you believe God will help you? Yes, he said, I do not think I could have gotten through this at all without help from God. I shoved the paper across the table at him. Take a look at that. I guess you have quite a total of assets, more than you thought. I thought you told me everything had been swept away. He grinned ashamedly. I guess I didn't think of those things. I never thought of it that way. Perhaps things aren't so bad at that, he said pensively. Maybe I can start all over again if I can only get some confidence. Well, he got it, and he did start all over again. But he did so only when he changed his viewpoint, his mental attitude. Faith swept away his doubts, and more than enough power to overcome all his difficulties emerged from within him. This incident illustrates a profound truth, which is expressed in an important statement by the famous psychiatrist Dr. Karl Menninger. He said, "Attitudes are more important than facts. Any fact facing us, however difficult, even seemingly hopeless, is not nearly so important as our attitude toward that fact. How you think about a fact may defeat you before you do anything about it. On the other hand, a confident and optimistic thought pattern can modify or overcome the fact altogether. It's how you look at it that makes all of the difference in the world." One of the most powerful concepts in confident living is the thought that God is actually with you, helping you, and releasing your powers. Think about that always when you think about your difficulty. And the new way that you think about your difficulties will give you a happy and successful outcome.